So hear me out on this one. My name is Dr. Ruth Dotton. I'm a board certified adult psychiatrist, and I often recommend dietary interventions for people's mental health symptoms. And the responses that I get are, what the heck does what I eat have to do with my mental health? And the answer is everything. So let me explain. So if you think about it, every single cell in your body is made up of the nutrients, both the macronutrients, the micronutrients that you consume. And this includes your brain cells or your neurons. And in order for your cells to be able to not only survive, but thrive and do all of the functions that they need to do, they have to be able to use that fuel efficiently and effectively in order to do all of those things, right? Combat infections, reduce inflammation, grow, expand, produce new cells, all of that. So if you're not fueling your body correctly, it's basically like you're trying to fuel your luxury sports car that should be getting premium gasoline, diesel fuel instead. It might work, but it's not going to be able to perform optimally. And over time, it's going to degrade the engine so that it's going to break down. So think of your body as a luxury sports car. So what does proper nutrition mean? Well, one, it means getting enough energy, right? If we're not having enough energy, then your body's not going to be able to fuel all of the different energy processes that need to happen. Of course, some of us can stand to have a little bit of a calorie restriction, and losing fat is obviously not a bad thing if you have fat to spare. But some people don't have fat to spare. And if there's enough of a restriction, then your body goes into this survival mode where it may start breaking down proteins like your lean muscle mass, your bones, your muscles, or it may shut off functions of your body, things like growing hair and nails or making a new baby or any other number of tasks that we think of as important but aren't necessary for survival. Number two, you need to have enough of the right macronutrients. Now, this is going to vary based on the individual. Your body can run on either fat or carbohydrates for fuel. Most of us are walking around burning carbohydrates for fuel. You need a very, very low level of carbohydrates in order to turn on a significant level of fat burning. But for those who have insulin resistance, this can result in dysfunction because they're basically not able to effectively use those carbohydrates for fuel. And so for these individuals, they may need fewer carbohydrates, more fat, more protein. So that brings us to protein, the other macronutrient. Although we don't directly burn protein for fuel, it can be converted into carbohydrates or into fat. It also is absolutely necessary for all of the chemical processes that we need, because if you think of it, everything done in our cells is basically done by proteins. And in order to make proteins, we need to get those amino acids from the food that we eat. And then lastly, you're going to need the right micronutrients. So these are things like your trace minerals, magnesium, iron, zinc, as well as your vitamins, things like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B12, folate, all of those. Those are necessary because they're cofactors in all of the different chemical reactions that happen in our bodies. Without them, our cells are not going to be able to do all the things they need to do. And I should also add in here that it's important that you're not consuming things that are going to be detrimental to your cellular metabolism. So that's going to include things that cause inflammation and oxidative stress and things that are going to perpetuate insulin resistance. What does this look like? Usually it's going to be ultra processed foods, things that are full of refined sugars and carbohydrates, refined seed oils, things like that. So if you're not feeling so great, you're having some mental health symptoms, and you're sitting down to your lunch of pizza and a granola bar and a soda, think about how what you're eating might be contributing to how you feel. Maybe try eating something a little different, focused on whole foods, and see how you feel. Try it out. Let me know how it works for you. Wishing you all good mental health today, and I'll see you in the next one.